What if the best way to win an argument is to never have it? What if the secret to beating your competition is to make them want to join you? This isn't a motivational trick. This is a 2,500-year-old guide to human psychology. It's called The Art of War. But here's the truth. This book is not about war. It's about conflict, and it's about people. It was written by a master strategist who knew how people tick. He taught that true mastery isn't about crushing your enemies. It's about outmaneuvering conflict altogether. We're going to cut through the fluff and find the deep, practical wisdom you can use today. These are the 21 principles of the art of war for your life. 1. Know yourself and know your enemy. Sun Tzu said, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles." This is the foundation. Most people focus on the enemy, the competitor, the difficult boss, the person they're arguing with. But the harder, more important work is to know yourself. What are your weaknesses? Your strengths? Your emotional triggers? If you don't know your own weaknesses, your opponent will use them against you. If you know you have a temper, you can guard against being provoked. If you know you're impatient, you can force yourself to be calm. Self-awareness is your first and strongest defense. 2. The supreme art is to win without fighting. This is the core philosophy. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. We think victory is about winning an argument or crushing a competitor. Sun Tzu says this is a failure of strategy. True victory is getting your desired outcome without the costly, draining battle. Why? Because prolonged conflict drains everyone, even the winner. Think of a negotiation. You don't win by shouting louder. You win by understanding their needs so well that your proposal is the only logical solution. They give you the win. That is mastery. 3. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. This is the antidote to analysis paralysis. We wait for the perfect plan. But momentum is a force of nature. Taking the first step creates new pathways you could never have seen from the start. It's like driving a car at night. Your headlights only show you the next 200 feet, but you can make the entire journey that way. Take action. Seize one opportunity, and it will reveal 3 more. 4. All warfare is based on deception. Deception isn't about lying. It's about managing perception. Sun Tzu said to appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Think of a job interview. The strong, arrogant candidate creates resistance. The strategic candidate appears weak. They are humble. They listen. They ask smart questions. They allow the interviewer to discover their strength. This is far more powerful. You are not deceiving. You are controlling the narrative. 5. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. We are wired to fear chaos. A sudden layoff, a market crash, a project failing. Sun Tzu saw chaos as a tool. When everything is stable, it's hard to make a move. But when chaos hits, rigid structures break. Newfound space is created. That layoff isn't just a crisis. It's the opportunity to leave a path you hated. That failing project is the opportunity to build a new, better one from the ashes. Don't fear chaos. Look for the opportunity inside it. 6. He will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. This is about picking your battles. Not every hill is worth dying on. Not every argument deserves your energy. A wise person knows that some conflicts are designed to drain you. A competitor might try to engage you in a price war. The unwise person fights back and bankrupts both companies. The wise person knows when not to fight. They refuse the battle and innovate in a different area, making the original fight irrelevant. Reserve your strength for the battles that truly matter. 7. Appear where you are not expected. This is the element of surprise. In your career or business, everyone is following the same best practices, the same predictable path. The greatest success comes from moving in a way no one anticipates. Netflix didn't try to be a better blockbuster. It created streaming. It moved to a place Blockbuster was not expected to defend. When everyone is zigging, that is your moment to zag. 8. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. This is a warning against neglect. You can be the strongest, the smartest, the best. But strength is not permanent. Your skills, your relationships, your health, They all require constant maintenance. You don't just get in shape. You stay in shape. You don't just build a good relationship. You maintain it. That talent you're so proud of, if you don't sharpen it, it will rust. 9. Do not repeat the tactics that won you one victory. What got you here won't get you there. Life is always changing. The market changes. People change. The most dangerous thing you can do is fall in love with your last success. That one marketing campaign that went viral. It won't work the same way again. The master is not stubborn. They are flexible. They adapt to the infinite variety of circumstances. Be willing to let go of what worked yesterday to find what works today. 10. A leader leads by example, not by force. True leadership is not about your title. It's not about giving orders. Coercion and fear get you compliance. People will do the bare minimum to avoid trouble. Inspiration and example get you commitment. When you embody integrity, discipline, and vision, people will choose to follow you. You don't push them from behind. You lead from the front, and they align with your purpose. 11. Engage people with what they expect. This is a master-level psychological tactic. Engage people with what they are able to discern. Let them think you're predictable. Let them put you in a box. This settles them into predictable patterns of response. While their mind is occupied with the you they think they know, you're free to wait, to plan, and to make your real move the extraordinary moment, that which they cannot anticipate. 12. Ponder and deliberate before you make a move. This is not a call for hesitation. It is a call for preparation. Acting quickly without thinking is just recklessness. Sun Tzu is telling you to weigh your options, to count the cost. But once you have deliberated, you must strike decisively. Preparation builds the potential energy. Decisive action releases it. 13. Control the battlefield. Those skilled in war bring the enemy to the field of battle and are not brought there by him. This means you set the terms of engagement. In a difficult conversation, don't have it in the hallway when you're emotional. You will lose. Instead, you say, "This is important. Let's book a time tomorrow." You are bringing them to your chosen battlefield, a time and place where you are calm, prepared, and in control. Never let others dictate the conditions of your success. 14. The whole secret lies in confusing the enemy. When others cannot predict your moves, they are vulnerable. This doesn't mean being erratic. It means being unreadable. In a negotiation, if you seem desperate for the deal, you've lost. If you are polite, calm, and perfectly willing to walk away, your opponent becomes confused. They can't figure out your intent. This forces them into a reactive state, giving you control. 15. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. Every yes is a no to something else. Every decision has a price. Taking that new job. The cost might be your free time. Starting that new business. The cost might be your savings. Sun Tzu warns that rushing in without assessing the full cost. Material, emotional, and relational leads to regret. Be certain the victory is worth the price before you engage. 16. When strong appear weak. When weak appear strong. This is the art of perception we visited in Principle 4, but it's worth its own focus. When you are truly strong, you don't need to show it. Bragging, posturing, flexing, this is a sign of weakness. It's begging for a challenge. True strength is quiet. It is reserved. Let others underestimate you. It is the ultimate tactical advantage. Conversely, if you're in a weak position, feigning strength or calm can, as one general did, mystify an opponent into hesitating, buying you precious time. 17. Victory is reserved for those willing to pay its price. This is the other side of counting the cost. Once you have counted it, you must be willing to pay it. Great accomplishments require great sacrifice. You cannot achieve an extraordinary goal with a half-hearted effort. If you want the win, you must commit fully. Dedication is what separates mediocrity from mastery. 18. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This sounds brutal, but it's about decisiveness. Opportunities are fleeting. That job opening, that business idea, that moment to speak up. Hesitation is the enemy. While you are pondering, someone else is acting. This doesn't mean being reckless. It means that when your preparation meets the moment, you must act with speed. 19. Build your opponent a golden bridge to retreat across. This is pure psychological genius. When you win, do not humiliate your opponent. When you surround an army, leave an outlet free. Why? Because a cornered animal is a desperate, dangerous foe. If you prove a colleague wrong in a meeting and you rub it in, you haven't won. You've made an enemy for life. They will fight with the courage of despair. Instead, you show grace. You allow them a dignified exit. You've prevented a future, more brutal conflict. You've shown true strength. 20. Energy is the bending of the crossbow. Decision is the releasing of the trigger. This is one of the most beautiful metaphors for action. A plan without execution is just an idea. You can spend months, years, building energy. You do the research, build the prototype, get your degree. You are bending the crossbow. This is preparation. But all that potential is worthless until you pull the trigger. That is decision. That is action. Align your preparation with a decisive, timely release. 21. The clever combatant imposes his will on the enemy, but does not allow the enemy's will to be imposed on him. This is the ultimate summary of all 20 principles. This is about agency. Are you reacting to your life, or are you creating it? Are you letting the enemy external pressures, other people's drama, your own bad habits impose its will on you? Or are you the clever combatant? Are you imposing your will, your goals, your vision on the world? To be the master of your fate, you must first be the master of yourself. The Art of War is not a guide to conquering others. It is a guide to mastering yourself. It teaches you to see the world as a field of strategy, not of random conflict, to win the battles in your mind before they ever happen in the world, to live with purpose, to act with decision, and to lead with true, quiet strength. You have this wisdom. You have this strength. Now go use it.